Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to talk about Bullseye trades again. This is what I usually do on Saturdays. And this last week has been an amazing trading week for me. If you follow the channel, you've seen some of these videos that I did with SPX scalping. So I had a single day where I did $14,000 in a day. And that was partly due to this guy on the right here, so Jeff Williams Market Navigator Service. Partly due to Bullseye trades, which is what I'm going to talk about today. And then also primarily due to Psychic Trading's SPX scalping stuff. So I thought I'd basically do the Bullseye part of things now. So if you want to check out those previous two videos, the Market Navigator alert that I got, and then the SPX scalping. And then today and right now I'm going to talk about the Bullseye trades alert for the week. And the profit there was $3,580. So on these RIOT puts. So yeah, let's get into it a little bit. So the best place to start is with the review, so you can check out the link in the description below and go and check out this full review. I basically talk about everything you get. It's one options trade a week. Usually takes a week or at least a few days. I've done an interview with Jeff here, worth watching. And yeah, here's a list of the trades for the last year and 4 months. So this is the updated one. RIOT was sent out on Monday. We can look at the actual alert in a second, but it's always difficult here to put like what the result was. So I try and be fair. I try and give a range and give some comments here, but really these videos like the one I'm doing now are kind of where I go into all the detail. I've included some of these previous videos. I don't include them all now because there's just too many of them, but I used to put them in here like underneath the entry for each log of each of these trades. So anyway, so yeah, this week was it was a great week. I think one of the best weeks for quite a while. I feel like Jeff's getting back into his groove. Here's the email he sent out on Monday morning. So I'm just going to go to the part where he talks about this week's trade. So he says, now for this week I'm going to go after another stock to the short side. Well, I still think the whole market is due for a pullback. I find the timing impossible to figure out, don't we all? When it comes to crypto right now, I'm seeing all the signals of a short-term top. I would be shocked to see higher prices than we saw last week anytime soon before we have a meaningful dip. He was totally right about that. Bitcoin went up to 30,000 and then has dipped right back down in the last day or two. So he was definitely spot on with this crypto timing. So there are a lot of ways to bet against crypto right now, but my top idea is to buy puts on RIOT. Now as I'm writing this, I see RIOT is already trading lower in the pre-market. So let's see what happened. We go down here, stuff about rocket trades, blah blah blah. My plan of attack is going to be look for any type of bounce higher for RIOT today, and that actually did happen. I'll show you the charts in a minute. Now I want to buy puts. The implied volatility for these options are crazy, so being patient really pays off. It paid off for me, it paid off for the other guys that I know that took this trade. I want to make 2 purchases for puts on RIOT. I'd like to get started sometime this morning with a half-size position. That's not my ideal price. Smart plan again. I'm not sure if you executed on this plan, but I know a few people did. I didn't quite do it this way. I'll show you exactly what I did in a few minutes. I want to save ammo to buy more puts if RIOT climbs up to 1320. If I'm wrong, I'll stop out if it closes above, and this is key. So I keep seeing people stopping out if these things spike to the number he gives here, so close above. He means on the daily chart. So often some of my biggest wins on Bullseye trades have been when the price hits the stop intraday and then pulls back all the way back down and closes beneath it. And I know a few other people do this, and I've had a lot of success doing this, and that's what I did this last week as well. And I was able to make some really stress-free decent money from this trade. So let's take a look at the charts. I pulled up RIOT earlier. This is actually the no, it's not. Let's look at the underline first. So here we go. So I'm going to set it to 5-day 5-minute. This is the day that the alert came out. So here, and so you guys that followed these trades with me for a while probably know that I tend to wait. So I generally don't jump in here. Even if you jumped in here, you'd have had a little bit of pain and then a nice decent sell off into Friday, which is down here. But what I usually do is I wait until the end of Monday or even early Tuesday and usually end up with a lot better price. So since these were puts and this thing did rally for a day, and I think Jeff was anticipating that from reading between the lines on his email, he thought it would probably do something like this, and it did. just sold off straight down for the rest of the week. So I bought a start position here, and then on this big gap up, ended up taking some more. So my average was somewhere in here roughly. And so if I draw in the stop here, let's see. So this is what caught a lot of people out. The fact that we popped above the stop very briefly on Tuesday. And so a lot of people were like, oh, and it's like sold up here. And the people that held it together here and realized that actually if this didn't hold, then you'd probably be in a really good position. Buying close to the stop works quite well. So luckily that's what happened, and of course it sold off all the way down here. And so if we look at his price target, he gives the stock price target. So target 1 is 11, target 2 is 10. So I'll mark those. It's often very hard to see. So there's the first price target, so it was hit on Thursday and Friday. We didn't quite get to the second one yet, so it's down here. But we're not that far away from it. So this is the underlying RIOT stock. Let's look at the options. So if we go to the 28th, $13. So send that to my charts. Yeah, so these are the actual puts, the ones that he's talking about here. So April 28th, $13 puts near 130. Now I didn't get them at 130 because of waiting. I actually got them for almost half of that. My average was about 0.8 in the end. So we look at the chart here. Again, I'll try and mark these levels because it's so difficult to see this on YouTube. So for reference, here's $1. And then we closed up here at $2.57. The low was here, which is about 0.6. So we went from 0.6 on the Tuesday morning on that spike all the way up to 257. It's like 4 times, 4x your money basically, which is just amazing. Really cool. Really good trade. Really enjoyed it. That's really all I've got to say about it. I feel like we're back on track with Bullseye. It's been a little bit hairy in 2023, which there's been some hard trades, some decent wins though. I mean, AMGN was amazing. It's very difficult. Sometimes they've been taken off without us and things, so it's not been an easy ride, even though there's been some winners. I think RIOT was probably one of the easier ones that we've had for a while, but again, we had this issue of it spiking above the stop loss temporarily. And I think that kind of faked a lot of people out, which is a shame because it's difficult. It's difficult to buy when the things are spiking like this and you're trying to get puts. But the people that did it really paid off for. And I think trying to follow the rules as best as possible did help. Let's see what other people were saying. A lot of people I've noticed, been pulling back from trading. Things have gotten a lot quieter, and especially services that aren't delivering huge wins over and over and over again. People have been just kind of dying off and not really participating in, which I think is a mistake because you end up getting on a losing streak 2 or 3 in a row, and then you quit and you don't get all the winners, right? So noticed it's gotten a little bit quiet in the communities that I'm in, and also like on here where the subscribers comment and talk to Jeff, which is a cool feature. So we can just kind of look through and see this guy obviously made some money. This guy is annoyed because we up 300%, but sell for 19%. Yeah, that happens to me a lot. Jeff took 70% win. Thanks, other Jeff. I still don't know if Jeff Bishop actually bought this one or not. I just wasn't following it that carefully. I had so much going on this week. So, nice day, $13 puts in at 115. Bitcoin broke 30,000. Yeah, so Jeff Bishop was doing stuff on Wall Street Bookie as well, I guess. Just kind of looking through here. Yeah, so this guy is saying what I'm saying is like buying it near the stop loss is often very productive on these. Of course, occasionally it will continue against you and you've got to make that decision. But remember, if you're following the rules, if it closes above that stop loss, then at least you have you're not losing that much, right? You're close to the stop loss, so good. All right, I think that's everything. Hopefully that's helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon.